Hello my YouTube friends. Today is Monday, the first Monday in April, and I am working on the budgets and the balancing and all of that for the month. Do you need me, Steven? I have not been able to sit down and kind of balance my stuff in a while, and we save all our receipts, and so this is the first 3 months, and I've been writing everything down. I can show you with January. Well, here, let me do it. I'm working on February's. I have different color highlighters, and each highlighter kind of represents a different item. I'm going to do it like this, y'all. Different item in my different categories. So like the pink highlighter means all of the grocery purchases. A blue highlighter are necessities. Like we bought ink for the printer in January, and elderberry syrup and honey and eggs and all that. Eggs. I know there was eggs. Anyway, I know I had 2 dates of eggs not being written down because I don't get a receipt for those. Anyway, so things that maybe aren't groceries but are necessities, like the ink and the, my husband bought some things from Ace, some, different things like that. So, and then I kind of go through and I try to highlight it so that I'm keeping track of the necessity versus non. Does that make sense? Before writing all of this down, I thought I had done really, really well in March, but not as well as I thought I did, apparently. So, anyway, it's a new month, and again, I know I'm making progress in the direction of a no-spend year, but I definitely have failed at this. And we're continuing to work. We're continuing to get stronger. It's been a long month, and we're on a new month, and I have high hopes for this month. I say that every month. This month, my husband has 5 paychecks, which is going to be very helpful because 1 week during this month where we will not have any work. Or he will not be working 1 week this month. So the 5th paycheck will kind of go into that insofar as things like groceries, because that's always the question. And for those that are new, because I know I've had a few new subscribers that have asked this question. So my husband makes between $1,400 and $1,800 a month at this time, because he is part student and part working. His paychecks generally cover all but groceries. And I will leave a video linked here. Let's be real, it's going to be linked down below for you guys. I don't remember these. It's going to be linked down below for you as to the first budget of the month that I made for the year 2022 using just a basic notebook that I have every year. Here we go. This was 50 cents at Walmart. And we're having to, it's the end of the first quarter is what I'm saying, and I have to update some of that. So our insurance went up, our is it internet or phones? One of those went up. I will look at that in a minute. And I need to, yep, here we go. I need to update this thing. This is a basic budget. So what I did was I took all of the numbers that I knew of last year for 2021, added them all up. So I had a total number, divided that by 12, and that's how I figured out each month's amount. And the mortgage stays the same. Oops. The mortgage stays the same. Electricity will stay the same, and things like that. Those are averages. So some months it'll be less and some months it'll be more. I've got a hair going crazy. I've got hair issues right now. My daughter's phone bill went up. I got to figure out why that is. Our property bill is staying the same, but certain bills have gone up. So at the end of the first quarter, I kind of know what adjustments I need to make in terms of planning for the next, oops, let me purchase that, things that I need to make. Now, I have my basic budget. I have the things that I need to purchase this month. And then I go into the spending and I kind of break things down. And that's just kind of how I've been working on it. So here's my basic budget 2.0. We're going to kind of adjust this. Then I have a February and March spending and April spending here. And then I had started this. I was going to try to keep this the basic amount for groceries, and I'll explain that in a minute. That's not working out. I'm kind of doing a freezer and pantry inventory. That's still working in progress. And then kind of came up with a basic menu idea for breakfast and lunches, and then I'll base dinners differently. And I do have a menu planned for April, so that's kind of what I'm working on in terms of budget, so I can keep myself on track. And I think that's it so far. I will get the numbers that I have for you. We're going to work on this together. Last week I filmed a video basically kind of talking about really hard times and when you have to fall back onto your savings. That video did not get published. It will get published this next Monday. So if you're new to my channel and you would like to see that, just hit the subscribe button and then you will get it in your subscription. You can click notifications so that you get that when I do post a video. However, personally, I find those things very irritating. I have enough notifications on my phone going off at all times that I really do not want another one, and I understand if you don't either. But as a YouTube creator, we are encouraged to tell you that. Don't add more stuff to your life. It's fine. Like, if you get to see it, great. And if you can't, fantastic. Take what you need and throw away the rest. So, that video will come out next Monday. And it's, again, just kind of in defense of using savings and why we have savings and when things get really hard, because living on a very tight budget is very stressful. It's very stressful. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We can look at every day and count our blessings and name them one by one. And I do that pretty consistently, very often. And I teach my children that as well. But it's hard. It's very hard, especially when you work out receipts and you think you've done so well and they tell a completely different story. And the story mainly isn't that you spent the money, but that was the money there really to spend. So, we have began April, and I know it's going to be a hard month just on my husband's paycheck alone. Again, he covers everything but groceries, so that gives me the task of coming up with grocery money. For the last couple of months, it's been really tight. January, I'll leave that video down below, but it's all in a playlist. I have a playlist of all the Money Management Monday videos and kind of tight living, poverty income living down there, so you can check it all out and have a binge fest if you so desire. But January we spent a lot of money. February we pretty much had nothing, and there was some amazing things coming out. And in March we had family here and it was fantastic, and we had help, but I still ended up dipping into savings. Just nothing kind of went according to plan last month. We'll just give you a spoiler alert for that. So, coming into April, let's just say I have $0 for groceries. All of the money that I earned last month is paying for the credit card of the groceries that we purchased. And, yeah, pretty much groceries. But in spite of all that, we have been so blessed. The food is here. We're not starving at all. Just trying to get a little creative, especially because I love fresh greens. But Again, I have footage that needs to be uploaded that has to do with our grocery haul and our food truck haul from last week. Prior to last week, I have no footage unless we can find my car that disappeared. So, and it was full, and it's a 64 thing, which means there was at least half a dozen or more videos on that card. All gone. Hi, Chica. How you doing? You playing dolls with Katie? Okay, so going into this month, I have a stocked freezer, I have a stocked pantry, and oh, we got excluding my husband who has his own job, our whole family, excluding my husband, got a job cleaning out a evicted home, I guess is what you could say, a home that somebody owns. People were evicted. They asked us to clean it. We are going to get, I'm going to tell you the amount, we're going to get $500 for it. We have put about $100 out already in money that I've told the kids that they could have for helping me. I bought coffee for all of us when we went over there because it was pretty nasty. It was really nasty, and it was kind of an encouragement. And that was the day I couldn't get my coffee pot to work. Speaking of coffee pots, I am having the worst time with my coffee lately. My Keurig is not working right. My coffee pot broke on Mr. Coffee. A friend from church gave me a coffee pot. Hallelujah, praise Jehovah. And now my coffee pot is deciding to just be crazy. It's Mr. Coffee. He's supposed to be like reliable. Anyway, so we have that job, and that job will kind of help cover whatever else I need for the rest of this month. So, without further ado, let me break down all of the numbers for you because that has been very helpful for many of you, and I want to continue that because I understand stuff like that is very, very helpful for me. I do want to point out here that for the longest time, I have been trying to figure out how to do grocery shopping once a month and make it work for the whole month. And I stumbled across Our Small Footprint, which is a YouTube channel, and she has been showing day by day how she manages to do that with their large family living off-grid in Australia. It's been really fascinating. So I'm going to leave her channel down below for those of you that are also interested in that kind of thing. And I personally like it because I can see visually how it works and the prep work that kind of goes into that. The other thing that happened this month was to find out that my daughter, who's been dealing with severe eczema issues and stomach issues and pretty much everything else, to the point where she was crying because she was hungry but she was afraid to eat. No joke, y'all. Yeah, we got somebody to help us and pretty much gave me a huge list of all the things that she can't eat, and a lot of them are basic, everyday. Okay, that was weird. This bird literally just tried to fly into the window. It was unsuccessful, so it tried again. I've seen birds fly into windows. I have not seen a bird try to think it can still get into the window by trying again. Okay. But anyway, we have a list of things that she cannot eat, and a lot of it are basic things that I use day to day. Tomato-based products, potato-based, because we are gluten-free. We already knew she needed to be dairy-free, so we've been substituting with almond and coconut. Yeah, almond and coconut are out for the foreseeable future. She can bring them back in once we can get the eczema and stomach issues cleared up. Anyway, it does mean that I need to get on trying to do possibly a GAPS diet. When she kind of went more off of these things, my husband, who also by a different doctor many years ago, before my last kid was born, and he'll be 6 this year, he went to a natural doctor and pretty much had the same foods with more taken out of his diet. He had stuff taken out of his diet plus more. Oh, such a stressful time, you guys. So he is like, I think I'd like to actually go back on that. I felt healthier and whatnot. So what does that mean for the budget? Because it's like, well, you were talking budget, now we're talking food. What's going on here? This is Sodbuster living. Okay, this is the whole homestead life. And so food wise, it's just going to be kind of an adjustment because I really at this point do not want to make different foods. It's more work, but I think it's going to be more work trying to change everybody into this diet. So that's going to be interesting insofar as food coming up. We're just trying to keep things simple, but simple also means things I know. Not trying to learn how to cook any differently. Because a lot of times I cook without thinking about what I'm doing. So, yeah, this month will be interesting. I hope you will stick around. Shout out down any comments you have below. I appreciate all of the people that have been trying to help and give me ideas and whatnot. I'm going to finish this basic budget and I'm going to work out the budget for this month and I will get back to you here in a second. Well, I feel a little better about pulling from savings last month because I figured out my husband's budget for this month, or for the last month, and I did do a video on how we budget ahead, and I'll leave that link down below for you so you can see why we do what we do. And if you are looking at what to do with your tax return, this would be a really great time to watch that video. But my husband's 5 paychecks come out to $1,843.71. So like 150 below the 2,000 mark. My amount that I've earned this past month was around $500, not including the house that we've cleaned out. It's around $500, and that went into paying the credit card, which was all of the groceries that I bought last month. And so I paid the credit card today. I have $47 left in that account. So there is a little bit more there. So let's talk about budgets, because this is why I started this, started filming this, and why I've started sharing this, just so that you guys know how the breakdown works and how to do the budget. Because again, if you're new, it all started when I thought I was budgeting wrong, and here's the reality. Look, I'm putting everything down on paper. Hello, handsome. I know you just want me to talk to you. Yes, you do. Okay. So this is also for those out there that are in similar situations. That's why I am so vulnerable every month in sharing this. So I talked about, did I share this? I don't know if I shared this part. I went back over and worked out another basic budget for our family and updated the totals that are non-negotiable and figured all of that out. And I broke it down what it's costing per month and what it costs annually. So annually, not including tithing, we spend approximately, well, projected spending is about $31,000. That does not include all the extras that have been coming out. So typically that would be things that we would pull from savings. And now adding up what our bills are every month, again, taking groceries completely out of the budget, or completely out of the equation, we spend on just everything here, minus the groceries, we spend about $2,043.32. And when you look at that with what my husband brought home, which was 5 paychecks, which is that's not normal, it's usually 4 paychecks, then we have, you know, an even bigger deficit. We have 100, oh wow, how funny. So he brought home $1,843 and we spent about $20.43 and change. Okay, I'm just gonna cancel the change out and keep it to the dollar amount. If we round it to the nearest dollars, it's going to even out the same because one is below and one is above. So we're just going to say it's even. We're just going to cancel both out. So he brought in 1843, and 2043 needs to go out minus groceries. Again, I kind of take on the responsibility of figuring out groceries. So there we have a deficit of $200, and that's where that gets pulled from savings. So this kind of just, again, shows break by break, point by point. That amount seems a lot. Just, I don't know. Seems like everything is just so expensive these days, and I think it's more just because when you don't, I keep saying like we don't make a lot, but I keep thinking this we should be able to figure this out. But yeah. So there is that. Already I'm having to pull 200 from savings already without, just to make sure that the bills are all met, and that does not include any groceries for this month. There you go. There is kind of, again, just following the journey along, and taking you with us to just see how we're making it work. If you're like, why are you relying so much on savings? I'm pretty sure I did a video on that too. I'll have to, if I figure out what that was, I'll leave it linked down below with like the title, like how I do our savings or whatever. But in essence, when we get our tax return, it goes directly into savings, with the exception of maybe like a couple of things that we need to purchase and have just held off for the rest of the year. And the savings is there for things like this that come up when we just don't make it work. We can't make it work, and we have to figure it out. So, whew. Anyway, I am needed. I hope I hope these videos are still helping those out there. I know some of it really is just filling a void out, but I really do want to share. These are genuinely helpful. Again, I make these with the idea in mind that there's somebody out like me that is just really trying to figure out how to do this. Again, just kind of doing a basic budget like this. My husband saves all paperwork, so it really was easy for me to go and grab every single one of the bills that we've had in the past year. He saved them all. I could go back 10 years and do even a comparison if I wanted to. So I was able to do a general budget based on that, and then just saving every single receipt that I can, and also trying to compare it with my credit card and my debit card, and then just writing every single purchase down. It's just been eye-opening. Just being consistent with it has been the difficult part. But so that would be my encouragement. If you're wanting to get going on this, I know inflation has definitely brought a lot of people awareness of where their money is and how quickly it goes and all of that. So just take charge of it and keep track of it, and then just start working things. It means that stuff is cut out. It means that if you don't have a cushion, that you'll be hurting. So that cushion is always nice to have, but I really try to live in such a way like we don't have that cushion. But for me, it's worse to put all this on the credit card and then spend a lot more time trying to undo all that. So there you go. There is today's Money Management Monday video. It's a new month. And the end of the first quarter, so just try, let's see, is it the end of the first? 3 times 4 is 12, yes, okay, I know how to do things like this. So the end of the first quarter, lots of reflections, lots of discouragement, I'll be honest, and lots of just picking yourself up by your bootstrings and going forth and doing what you can with what you have and where you are. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if it was encouraging, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this, go ahead and comment down below as to what about these videos is most helpful for you. I will see you in my next video. Bye!